Give Kaylee some.
Thank you. No.
Can you give Kaylee some?
No, gone. Let's eat it all gone.
Remember to open it?
Haley.
Here, this is for you.
Haley, do you want one? Can you give Haley one, Jamie? Give Haley a candy. We'll give Haley something. Oh.
Oh, great. Beautiful.
Whoa.
Those are so cute.
All the smoke. Brett? Something's wrong. Tell Jeremy to come here.
You just gotta adjust the training wheel.
Grandpa, I can't work.
All right, go Jay! Hey, Grandpa!
Hey, don't.
He can't hear you. He's in front of that fan. Honey, it won't go like that. We're gonna have to fix it. Hey, Jerry!
Look.
Go.
You can do it, huh?
It probably would be easier if it was there.
Yeah. A lot easier. Hey, Jamie, we'll put air in the tires for tomorrow, okay?
Can I ride your bike, JJ? Can I ride yours?
Girls, let her play,
That was a good
okay?
idea.
But
Bye-bye.
it'd probably be easier if she's outside too. Good girl.
That is neat.
Oh, she's going down.
Careful.
Make a face.
Just look at my hand.
Just relax.
Lacey,
Lacey,
look at my hand. Okay.
Very good. Thank you.
Where's my balloon?
I don't know, but
Okay. Now, just a minute.
They have to take clear.
Okay. Now
smile. You mad at me?
push this button down.
Well, I told you to put the comb down. Take your glasses off.
And push it hard, baby.
Can you take your glasses off and smile at me?
Push it hard.
And don't smile at her. Jamie,
Done.
don't you
Real
smile
hard.
or the
No,
half of
push
your
up.
mouth. No.
Now push that
Jamie,
real hard.
see it. It's starting right there.
Hey, honey, you need to get your shoes off the chair, please.
Okay, now push this one.
Jamie,
Go hard.
right there.
Okay. We have to push a little bit harder.
Smile, I see
Take
it.
two of your little fingers. Take two of your little fingers and push it down. Okay. When this one quits playing, this one will start playing because you push this one down and you push this one down. This one says pause. And as soon as this one quits playing, this one will start playing, okay? Because you push those two little buttons down like that.
Does it really do that?
Yeah.
You did good, Haley.
Just keep playing over and over.
Oh my goodness. My hair's not even combed.
What?
It's a butt week.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, because you push those little buttons down. Yeah, your two little fingers does it.
So I wonder what these are.
I don't know. We'll have to get them developed someday. You have a teddy bear? Let me see you. Haley, where's your pretty face? Let me see it. I see you.
think I need a new battery in this.
What?
Really?
Yeah, really.
Well, how much are those?
The batteries.
About $80. There's not very much in there, baby. That doesn't hurt, does it?
You've been a good girl, aren't you? Huh? You've been a good girl. Daddy's getting your splinter out.
You know, I'll give you a treat for this.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, Haley.
You sound like a little hound dog.
Haley, let it work. It'll do it. Haley. No. It'll do it. Just leave it alone.
Did you press those buttons down? Did you leave the buttons alone, Haley? Did it go down by itself?
No.
Oh, you pressed the wrong button.
See, you need to quit moving, because I just...
That was a different one. You haven't listened to that.
I wish I was rich instead of so good looking like my mom used to say.
I wish you were too.
Then I could spend more than $90. Then I wouldn't have to work for a living.
Hey, Brett. Look at me.
We do not take photographs of Grandpa Hall.
Oh, yes, we do.
Grandpa Hall is
Take some of him.
I have.
Oh.
I hope that thing doesn't have sound, does it?
Yes, you said that last time.
There he goes again with the sound.
Well,
I know, and it's got sound on it.
but they don't know what you're saying. You see, you have to say,
Yeah, it's got a lot of sound.
O anche rapaz, let me more to you.
You know what? Last time we were here. Well, no, it was when.
It was when we moved
Oh,
here.
yeah, when we moved here. Did the same thing you said last time when we lived here. You said, I hope that thing doesn't have sound, and I laughed.
And now same thing.
Same thing. She's the Psychotic Friends Network.
Oh, wow.
Beyond Warmer. She said
She's
deja vu.
That color looks good in that.
You know, she's a psych.
Huh?
She's a Legion
Did
psych.
you want
That's
the
what I
black
said,
one?
the Psychotic Friends Network.
Yeah.
Do you want the black one?
Haley, no.
Do you guys go to grandmother's?
Yeah, we're going to take it back to the cafe.
Get up.
Came to our house.
We would,
No, that's down. Get up.
what you want to call it?
Hey, Grandma.
What? Yeah?
Please, like, please come to a stop. Don't film.
Pepto boy. Yeah.
Want to see E.T. today?
They learn how to drive, Dad.
Say, shut up. I'll shoot you. I'm on the freeway. I can't. It's legal. Legal here to shoot your partner on the freeway. Get off on the Oxnard exit.
Okay.
I want to.
No, Daddy said no.
Oscar Robbins.
my face.
I am. Okay, that's enough. Come on, Jay. Jay, come over here, baby. Thank you.
Dan Aykroyd. It's based on the original television show that starred Phil Silvers. Another one of the movies we're working on is The Nutty Professor. That stars Eddie Murphy. We're working on that inside Soundstage 12 coming up on Gary's side of the tram. That is one of our largest sound stages. That's also where we built from the house from Casper. Casper starred Christina Ricci and Bill Pullman. Soundstage 12 is also, this is where scripts get written, movies and television shows get cast. Building 105 on Gary's side of the tram was Alfred Hitchcock's original production office when he used to work here at Universal Studios years ago. Now in just a moment we're going to be leaving our front lot and heading on to our back lot. That's where we do the movie Miss Stain, starring Paul Newman and Robert Redford. This area was dressed to look like old Chicago for this thing. Now look in some of the buildings off to my side of the tram, you can see right inside the windows, and you'll see that really there's nothing inside these buildings at all. If we wanted to shoot indoors, we would have to go back inside the sound stages we passed a little bit earlier. Now look up this street, you might remember this is where Macaulay Culkin's uncle lived in Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. Also recently, Keanu Reeves had an apartment there. That's where he lived temporarily in A Walk in the Clouds, another 20th Century Fox production. Now imagine driving down this road at 88 miles an hour, hooking up with a lightning bolt and get 1.21 gigawatts of electricity, but being propelled back to the future. This is Hill Valley from Back to the Future. This clock tower is on my side of the tram. That's where Christopher Lloyd stood so he could hook up that lightning rod. They're under tarps. We just put them wherever they're not blocking traffic. Now we're going to be passing our New York Street. This is where we film a lot of metropolitan scenes. This area has been seen as San Francisco for the Warner Brothers production Dirty Harry. It's been seen as old Chicago for this thing. Right now it's dressed for a television commercial that they've been working on. Now sometimes we need more control when we get with an exterior set, so sometimes we build an entire exterior set inside the soundstage we're about to drive into on. This area is called Old Fulton Avenue. As we drive in here, get your cameras ready. I hear there's been some strange things happening in here recently.
We're now hovering above the wreckage of a crushed L train. The helicopter beside us is searching for... Wait! There's a tramload of people down there. We've got to go down and warn them. Attention, people on the tram! You are in danger! Repeat this! Don't have to go down. Behind us, where? I see him there. Where?
This area doesn't look very safe. We better get out of here. On the up ahead on the bridge, it's King Kong! buildings over on my side of the tram were damaged in a fire we had a few years ago. They've been rebuilt to look exactly the way they did before the fire, though. Those are some of the newest structures on our lot, however, by a man named Carl Lemley, a German immigrant who originally was right across this bridge. Now, we like to drive over this bridge. Gives us a nice view of our back lot. So get your cameras ready. Now, I know this bridge does look kind of old, but don't worry. We drive over here every... Okay, wait a minute. Hey, Gary, did you see that? You didn't see that? I think I saw something. Oh my gosh, Gary, I don't think we should drive over that bridge. Can we take the back road? Okay, folks, we're going to take the back road that goes up around behind the bridge. So you can get a picture that's going much more around than that way. What's going on? Why aren't we going over the back road? It's closed. Well, wait a minute, we can't go over the bridge. No, Gary, you got to back up. We can't go over here. What do you mean you don't have reverse? No reverse? Wait, okay, folks, looks like we're going over. Okay, cross your fingers, folks. I think we're going to make it. Maybe the third or fourth car will come there. Top of that bridge. To achieve that effect, we filmed a stunt woman stepping backwards off the water. These go-karts were used in The Little Rascals. This van with the red stripe was used in the A-Team. That's the one that Mr. T drove. Then you're going to be able to see some futuristic cars and a DeLorean time machine that were used in Back to the Future 2. You'll also see Biff Tannen's old Ford convertible from the 50 scenes of Back to the Future 2. And that really old car, you might remember, was the one driven by Fred Flintstone in The Flintstones, starring John Goodman and Elizabeth Perkins. There's a red house coming up on Gary's side of the tram that was home to Barney and Betty Rubble. It's played by Rick Moranis and Rosie O'Donnell. That house may look like it's stone, but it's not. It's all just foam rubber and fiberglass. You can see some set pieces from the Flintstones on both sides of the tram. And then coming up on Gary's side of the tram, you're going to see some boats that were used in the movie Waterworld starring Kevin Costner. Waterworld takes place in a future in which the polar ice caps have melted. People have to live on boats to survive. Open up just the tram and not that line. I guess that's what they meant by 50-50 chance of rain. Well, folks, when it rains like this in Southern California, after it's been dry for a while, we run the risk of a flash flood. Keep your eyes peeled up that hill. We could be in trouble. Uh-oh. That's what I was afraid of. It sounds like we're in for a flash flood.
Move her head, please.
Watch out for that tree back there. You've just been flooded by 10,000 gallons of water, and that's going to be pumped up to the top of the hill, ready for the next tram in about 30 seconds. The rain's coming out of sprinklers that are mounted in the tree branches. They shoot the water straight up so it falls back down more naturally. And that tree's on hydraulics. It's going to stand itself up in just a moment. This is the same method for flooding that we used for the movie The River, starring Mel Gibson and Sissy Spacek. We also shot part of the movie Fletch Lives out here. There was a big ark mounted across that bridge. Chevy Chase was standing on the bridge. This area was seen as the Noah's Ark section of Bible Land, a theme park that appeared in the movie Fletch Lives. That tree is made out of a special wood that's used only in motion pictures. You know what we call it? It's called Hollywood. It's the Three Amigos that also starred Steve Martin and Martin Short. This area has also been seen as Tijuana in various episodes of Simon & Simon, and it was seen in Janet Jackson's Escapade video. Now, coming up on my side of the tram, you're going to be able to see a livery stable. That's where Mae West saved the life of W.C. Fields in the movie My Little Chickadee. And that brings us right into 6 Points, Texas. Now, we call this area 6 Points, Texas because there's 6 roads converging at one point. Each road has its own saloon, its own jail, and its own bank. Back when we were shooting silent pictures, we could shoot 6 westerns at once. We didn't have to worry about the sound from one production interrupting the sound of another production. Back then we were shooting so many productions at once. We were putting out as many as 215 movies a year. Because the amount of movies shot here and the tour stopping through here every day for the last 30 years, this is the singular most photographed area in the world. Now recently United Artists was out here working on a production called Wild Bill starring Jeff Bridges and Alan Barkin. This area was dressed to look like Cheyenne, Wyoming and Alan Barkin in Wild Bill. Another age. Now, if we wanted to make this area look like the Old West, we come out here, put some dirt down over the pavement, and we put some planks over those sidewalks. Maybe bring in a couple of horses from the stables we do have here on the lot. Make this area look like we really were out in the Old West. Coming up on Gary's side of the tram, you're going to see a water tank. That's where we do our underwater filming. There's flaps over the windows on the side of that tank. We can raise them up, point the cameras through the glass at the actors while they're underwater. We did that for the movie The Shadow, starring Alec Baldwin. That's where the Shadow was trapped underwater. That's also where Tom Hanks and Dan Aykroyd fought the giant python partway through the movie Dragnet. On my side of the tram, you can see a black military tank that was used in Sergeant Bilko.
Remember the
Opening up sometime next year. These Lion Estate signs on Gary's side of the tram and these futuristic street signs on my side were used in Back to the Future too. These military vehicles are from MacArthur, starring Gregory Peck. And this paddle wheel used to be attached to a big riverboat that sat right out here in this water, used in the television show Riverboat. Now all this water on my side of the tram, believe it or not, this was the entire Pacific Ocean for McHale's Navy, starring Ernest Borgnine and a young Tim Conway. This was the only ocean McHale's Navy ever saw, as a matter of fact. Now rumor has it the crew from McHale's Navy left some underwater mines out of these waters, but I don't think I believe those. You know how Hollywood rumors tend to be. Anyway, take a look off to my side of the tram. You're gonna... Okay, so much for rumors. Right now we've come to the Red Sea. Now you might remember in the Ten Commandments, Moses raised his staff and commanded, part the waters. Here at Universal, we do it a bit differently. I'm going to count to 3. Everyone's going to yell, part the waters. So here we go on 3. 1, 2, 3. And there they go. Now, in the original Ten Commandments directed by Cecil B. DeMille, the effect of the water's parting was achieved by taking a frozen block of gelatin, cutting it in half, and then melting it back together using gas jets. They filmed it while we melted it back together, then ran the film backwards. It looked like the water was parting. Now, as we drive through the Red Sea, pick up all your personal belongings off the floor. Sometimes we take in just a little bit of water.
And not to worry, your seat cushions can be used as flotation devices.
As we drive through the Red Sea, get your cameras ready. You can get a great sea level view, and keep an eye out for more of those underwater mines. I told you to watch out for those mines. See those ducks on my side of the tram? Those are fake movie ducks. They're fiberglass and foam rubber. They're stud ducks. You can see this arc on my side of the tram. That's the one I mentioned was mounted back by the flash flood used in Fletch Lives. Now, coming up on Gary's side of the tram, you're going to be able to see a giant telephone that was used in The Incredible Shrinking Woman, starring Lily Tomlin. You can see some props over here on Gary's side of the tram. Across the street, you can see our prop warehouse. That's that building number 487. We've got a few million props in there. A prop is anything not nailed down to a set. It could be a paperclip, it could be a rope, it could be a statue, it could be a sofa, it could be a bathtub. It could be anything. It could be Roman swords and shields, which we would use to dress this area we're about to run into, Spartacus Square, named for the movie Spartacus, starring Kirk Douglas and Sir Laurence Olivier. Those stairs under the column way back in the corner on my side of the tram are where Sir Laurence Olivier stood as he addressed the Roman soldiers before they marched off to battle. This area was dressed to look like ancient Rome for the movie Spartacus. It was also seen as ancient Rome for the 20th Century Fox production History of the World Part 1, starring Mel Brooks, written by Mel Brooks, directed by Mel Brooks, produced by Mel Brooks, catered by Mel Brooks. Okay, not catered. You can see some buildings over on Gary's side of the tram. This is what we call Little Europe. This entire area was built for the 1933 production All Quiet on the Western Front. That was the first Universal picture to win the Best Picture Academy Award. Now back then this area was dressed to look like Germany, but really we can dress it to look like any area in Europe we want. All we have to do is change the language on the signs. It's been seen as Paris, France for an episode of Beverly Hills 90210. This is where Brenda and Donna went on their summer vacation. It's also been seen as Pamplona, Spain for the running of the bulls at the beginning of Castle Rock City Slickers starring Billy Crystal. Now you might notice we're driving on the cobblestones. Well, they're not real cobblestones. We came out here while the cement was still wet and used a giant cookie cutter type device to press these shapes right into the ground. On my side of the tram, you can see an area called the Court of Miracles, named for the movie The Miracle Man, starring Lon Chaney. A lot of famous famous Hollywood monsters who made their first appearance right in the square, like the Hunchback of Notre Dame, the Wolfman, the Mummy, Dracula, and Frankenstein's monster have all first showed up right here in the square. In fact, if you look through that archway, right now you can see the Invisible Man standing right over there. Right there next to Elvis. These buildings caught fire in the early 60s before we called the fire department. We called a film crew. Now we have stock footage of a European town on fire. Now in just a moment we're going to be entering a hot set. This is one in which they're actually filming. Now the production crew's not filming today. They're on location in San Francisco shooting establishing shots. That's a shot of a famous landmark. Say for instance the Golden Gate Bridge that lets you know that that's where the movie's supposed to be set. They've allowed us to drive through part of this set. Now the lower level is a San Francisco subway station, and the reason we can drive through here is because there is a subway train built on a truck chassis that actually drives through this set. Now as we drive through here, get your cameras ready. You can get a great view of a set, one that's fully dressed, but hold on to all your personal belongings. If you drop something over the side, I'm not going to be able to get it for you. We only get to drive through here once, and this is a secure area. Now you can see some of the detail that goes into dressing a set. Things like the newspaper machines, the telephone, the pay telephones. All this comes from our prop department. Those plans come from our greenery department. Now there is another train that comes in on this track. There's a spectacular subway crash scene that's supposed to happen. They're actually going to be filming it on Monday. Folks, I think it's just one of our minor California tremors. It's nothing to worry about. We get these all the time. Now, if you look over to Gary's side of the tremor, folks, I think this is a little bit more than a tremor. If we stay in our seats, we'll be perfectly safe. Watch out for the ceiling back there. I think that's the worst of it. I think we're going to be able to get out of here. Oh no! Watch out! It's a flame! Well, I guess we're not going to be filming in there on Monday morning. Just kidding, that's an earthquake that's designed to simulate 8.3 on the Richter scale. The same magnitude earthquake that struck San Francisco back in 1906. Now, anyone on my side of the tram actually get wet? Well, don't worry, that's all just fake movie water. It's fiberglass and foam rubber. Alright, it's real water, but it washes right out, don't worry. Well, after a review like that, I think it's time for a vacation. So what do you say we head back east to this area called Amity Island? I hear it's really nice this time of year, but I also hear there's been rumors of a shark attack recently in Amity Island, so it's probably a bad idea to go fishing or swimming inside this water. Oh no, that guy's not supposed to be out there. George, come on, get out of the water. George, don't just sit there and ignore me, George. George, you know you're not supposed to be out here fishing today. George, come on. There's been shark sightings all week. George, there's a shark right out there right now. George, come on. George, paddle it. George, I'm not kidding this time. There really is a shark out there. George, somebody yell at George. I don't think he's listening to me. George, come on, paddle out. George, I don't think he sees the shark. I think the shark saw him then. George, come on, paddle in. George sure had a lot of guts sitting out in that water. Like, ooh, look there they are. Well, folks, we've got a baited hook on this yellow buoy out here on my side of the train. We're going to try and catch that shark once and for all. That buoy's tied to the pier. Keep your eye on that yellow buoy. He's taking the bait. He's taking the pier. Hang on. Well, folks, that's Jaws presented by Ocean Spray. Now, everybody on my side of the train, please make sure the person sitting next to you is still completely there. If you look off to my side of the tram, you can see the world's only backstroking shark. If you look way over there behind George, you can see that red and white boat, the one with the hole in the hull. That's where Richard Dreyfuss found the head of that fisherman partway through the movie Jaws. Now, there were 3 mechanical sharks built for the movie Jaws. All of them were nicknamed Bruce, because Bruce was the name of Steven Spielberg's lawyer. Now, a lot of people don't know this. One of the original ideas behind the movie Jaws was to turn it into a musical. Really, they had songs written, they had big dance numbers planned until somebody found out you just can't tune a fish. So they canned the whole idea. During the opening sequences of Murder, She Wrote, Angela Lansbury can be seen riding her bicycle right along the edge of the water over there. Little does she know there's a man-eating shark lurking beneath those waters, but that area is dressed to look like Cabot Cove, Maine in Murder, She Wrote. Angela Lansbury had a long career in Hollywood and on Broadway before ever doing any television here at Universal. She did quite a few movies and musicals. She did a movie musical for us. She was in The Pirates of Penzance with Kevin Kline. Another movie musical we did was The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas, starring Burt Reynolds and Dolly Parton. Coming up on my side of the tram, you can see Miss Mona's Chicken Ranch in The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas. Now that's a practical set. That's a full house inside and out. The whole house opens up just like a giant dollhouse. We can pull it apart, point the cameras inside the rooms. Modeled on a house that was built outside Austin, Texas, also used in Best Little Whorehouse in Texas. That house was built inside a soundstage, and we moved it out here once we were done filming. Now take a look on Gary's side of the tram. You can see a white house with green trim that was home to Ben Matlock in the Viacom series Matlock, starring Andy Griffith. That show now shoots in South Carolina, but they used to shoot the whole thing here at Universal. Then the last house on Gary's side was used in the movie The House of Seven Gables, starring Vincent Price. At one point after Vincent Price had filmed his 4th horror movie, he swore that he would never ever star in a horror movie again. Well, he later changed his mind, went on to star in over 50 horror movies, quite a few right here at Universal Studios. In the Bates Motel from the 1961 Alfred Hitchcock thriller Psycho. Now, Alfred Hitchcock originally didn't think Psycho was going to be very popular. He wanted to cut it down to an hour and use it as an episode of Alfred Hitchcock Presents, but it went on to become probably his most popular movie of all time. Now, the Psycho house is built to 3/4 scale, so it looks like it's farther away than it really is. Alfred Hitchcock liked to put a camera at the base of the hill on my side of the tram and point it up the hill at the house. Then he had Anthony Perkins stand at the edge of the hill, and it made the character of Norman Bates seem a lot more ominous, a lot more foreboding. Get your cameras ready in just a second. You can get a great picture of the Bates Motel with the Bates Mansion behind it. Watch the way Alfred Hitchcock liked to shoot it in the movie Psycho. It looks like there's some vacancies today. And it looks like Mother's home up in that 2nd-story window. We're going to drive right up there and check her out. Alfred Hitchcock was known for his sense of humor. At one point after the movie Psycho came out, he got a letter from a man who complained, "Dear Mr. Hitchcock, last week I took my daughter to see a French film in which a woman got killed in the bathtub. Then I took my daughter to see your film, Psycho, in which a woman got killed in the shower. Now my daughter won't take a bath or shower. What should I do?" Alfred Hitchcock wrote the man back and said, "I suggest you have her dry cleaned." As we drive in front of the house, look up in that 2nd-story window. Looks like Mother's home up there, sitting up there on a rocking chair. Sometimes she's not up there, sometimes she's off her rocker. Looks like she just ate. She looks a little stuffed. You know what this road is that runs right in front of the house? You know what we call it? This is the Psycho Path. The Psycho House is complete on all 4 sides, but there's nothing inside it. It's just a shell. This log cabin on Gary's side of the tram is not a shell. That's another complete house built for the movie The Great Outdoors, starring John Candy and Dan Aykroyd. More recently, you might remember Leslie Nielsen and Fred Ward hiding out in that house in the Paramount production Naked Gun 33 1/3.
Oh, that's not
That little tiny cabin nestled in the trees back there was used in the movie Delirious, starring John Candy, and it was built for an episode of Tales from the Crypt on HBO. Now, if you look up the hill on Gary's side of the tram, you can see some facades, the backs of some facades. Those were built for the Beethoven movies. Both those movies starred Charles Grodin. You can see we don't build anything the camera's not going to see, so we can put those houses right at the edge of the hill like that. On my side of the tram, you can see Hollywood's largest backdrop, built for the 4th installment of the Jaws series, Jaws the Revenge. Back then, that sky was painted to look like the sky over the Bahamas. More recently, it's been seen as the sky over the Pacific. That's where we shot some of the final splashdown scenes for Apollo 13. That's where Tom Hanks, Kevin Bacon, and Bill Paxton were pulled out of the Apollo 13 space capsule. Also, TLC was out there just a few months ago working on their Waterfalls video. Now, Miss Paul Bunyan and his Big Blue Ox Babe were used in The Great Outdoors. Looks like we've gone a little bit uphill. got some snow on the ground, it looks like. Now, when there's snow on the ground like this, it means we have to go through the ice tunnel on the way back to the entertainment center. As we drive through the ice tunnel, everyone has to promise to remain absolutely silent. Otherwise, we'll risk an avalanche bringing this entire tunnel crashing down around us. So please, don't make any noise, don't talk, don't even breathe too loud. Once again, everyone has to promise to remain absolutely silent. Looks like we're too loud. It looks like we started an avalanche. Folks, if the effect is too much for you, just shut your eyes. Oh good, I think it's stopping. I think we're going to be okay. On the way, let's go back the other way. Hang on. That was all just an optical illusion, but if you were leaning over, don't feel bad, you're in pretty good company. We filmed an episode of The $6 Million Man in there, in which Lee Majors was supposed to run through that tunnel while the walls rotated around him. Well, he couldn't do it. He kept falling down because of the optical illusion, so we brought in a stuntman. Well, the stuntman couldn't do it either. He kept falling down. Finally, what ended up being in the television show is you saw the character that Lee Majors played, Steve Austin, run down that tunnel away from the camera. His back was towards the camera. Why? Because the only way anyone could run through that tunnel while the walls rotated around them was by running through there with their eyes closed. Now in just a moment we're going to be dropping you back up inside the entertainment center. Before we do, we're going to give you one last view of our backline and the San Fernando Valley beyond. A view not unlike the one E.T. saw when he first landed on the planet Earth. E.T. is one of the most popular movies of all time, directed by Steven Spielberg, shot right here at Universal Studios Hollywood. You can see our backline at the base of the hill over there. Now you can see those tan buildings, those sound stages, that's the Warner Brothers studios. Then that golf course over there, that's the Lakeside Country Club golf course. That's where Bob Hope plays golf. In fact, rumor has it that every day Bob Hope goes out there to play golf, he wears 2 pairs of pants just in case he gets a hole-in-one. Alright, that's the end of the bad jokes and almost the end of our tour. Just because the tour's over doesn't mean your day's over here at Universal. We've still got some great stuff for you to do. In fact, now's a good time to check your show schedules. It's about 4:30. We've got some great shows for you to see in the Entertainment Center, like the Wild, Wild, Wild West Stunt Show, the Animal Actors Stage, the Flintstone Show, and Beetlejuice's Rockin' Graveyard Review. Also, make sure you catch a supersonic time travel adventure on Back to the Future.
Jamie, get up here with your dad. Now.
Life force is fading.
Top one's Jamie's, the bottom is yours.
We
This is Blue Blue. We want Blue Blue to
Yeah, so that falls out. That would be better for you, I think. Thank you.
Okay. hop off and let Haley ride.
Well, I can't get it.
Daddy will. Hold the rope. Jamie, you already had your turn. Now it's Haley's. It's almost done. Haley, you look like Mowgli. Okay, we're done.
Let's go, guys. Here, you want to hold your bag here? You want Daddy? 3. Giorgio Armani. You have the other battery on?
No, it's not here.
Oh, you didn't even bring it?
No. I didn't know we were going to Los Angeles today.
Oh, that is right. Go up to somebody and say, "Pardon me, do you have any Grey Poupon?" Dang, look at all these nice cars. Taxi cabs, Pontiac Grand Prix. Oh wow, it's pretty. Well, don't know where we go. I guess we'll follow this guy. No, we want to go. We want to stay on Beverly Hills or Rodeo, right? We want to stay on Rodeo, right? Whatever the hell this is.
But
Oh, fountains.
I'll watch your mouth, please.
Oh, did I say a bad word?
Yes, you did.
Sorry. But at least we're on the Avenue of the Stars.
Show me how it does that.
Ow.
Show me. You weirdo.
Walk to Grandpa and do that. Show him, do it right there.
That was good. That was good.
I hate you. Look at hatred. Look at that. Adults when accompanied by child, free. Adults are free when accompanied by a child.
Where is that?
Up there.
Adults when accompanied by a child, free.
Where does it say it?
Admission.
I thought it says, what is it, $5.99 or is it pay your age?
No, it says first name.
For limited time only.
Monday through Fridays.
Only $50.
$1 for each year of their age.
Their age, yeah.
And for us, it's free.
Yeah, in just a minute. We're gonna. Huh? Cute little place, huh? Yeah, it is.
We just watched it. We're too big to go in there. We just watched it. And she's got a hole in her leotard.
Your toe's sticking out, Haley.
Look here, what's this, Amy?
It's a big bracelet.
Have you guys been here before?
No.
No? Okay, I'm going to tell you guys the rules and Mom and Dad and everybody's going to listen, okay? Now the first fun fact we have is that you guys need to walk at all times, okay?
Can't run.
Okay. The second fun fact is that you need to go bottom down feet first and hands up in the air when you go down all the slides, okay?
You scream really loud. You scream really loud, but not real loud.
Okay. Okay. Okay, now.
Uh-oh.
Oh, yes. And the very, very most important fun fact we have is that you guys have to have fun, okay? Can you guys have fun for me?
Can you put your glasses in there, baby?
And you guys are welcome to go in there and play with them also as well. So whenever you feel free to go and play, you guys can come back and put your shoes in here. Okay?
I'll probably feel free to watch.
Your total is $7. What's your name? Is that your name or three?
Her name's Haley.
H-A-I-L-E-Y.
H-A-I-L-E-Y.
Jamie, put your glasses in there so you don't lose them.
That's okay. You can stick your nose as your name.
Put your
Put them in the box with your shoe.
There we go.
There we go.
What's your name? My name is Jamie. Jamie? Is that J-A-M-I?
I-E.
Jamie, I'm going to put this one on your back, okay? It's going to go right back here. So
When she makes a mess at breakfast, we call her Jammy.
Oh, boy. Okay, let me
When she makes a mess at breakfast, then we call her Jammy.
Let me see here.
Or when she goes to bed.
Dawn.
Okay.
Tracy.
Okay. Who else do we have?
Brett. Brett.
B-R-E-T-T.
Gone with the wind.
Linda. L-I-N-D-A.
Linda?
I'm the patriarch.
Anybody else? We got that, everybody? Should we put one on the camera?
Huh? No.
Put it right there.
Gone. There you go.
Anywhere I can.
Look, she's in that tunnel.
She's already down the tube, man. She's not afraid of anything yet, she is. She's going to try to go up there.
I don't know. I have no idea.
There she is. You see her?
Uh-huh.
Look, wait for her. She looks up. Oh, she can't see. She didn't see us. There, she's coming down here.
She's up there.
She's out.
She's coming down the slide.
Honey, come here. Come here.
She's just sitting up there smiling.
Go up there, Jake.
That's cute, huh?
Mama's gonna be up there. Hey, JJ. Hey, Jamie, look. Look at Daddy.
She's pretty good sport, isn't she?
Yeah. Now they're gonna come over here to the slide.
Yeah. That's cute. That kid's coming backwards.
Yeah, they told us not to do that. Little turkeys.
People don't listen though. They're still going through. I see Linda out there. Get them all. Get Linda. That's funny. Here comes Linda, look.
Is that fun, JJ? Hey, Jamie, look at Daddy. Is that fun?
Look at her. Linda didn't go. Oh, here she comes. Here comes Linda.
And
Catch
Haley.
her. She's funny.
And Haley.
Yeah, catch Linda. She's funny. And Haley too. Linda's so funny when she comes in there.
You see her face? She goes,
Yeah, that's what's funny. Get a good shot of it.
come on, Haley.
But isn't that cute? Oh my goodness, that's all good.
Here comes Tracy.
Look here. Look out, there's trouble.
Mommy's helping you. Come on, why don't you? You scared? Don't forget it.
Huh? This is fun?
Come on, Haley.
Huh? Yeah. She might do it. Where's Haley?
Honey, look at Brad. Look at Brad. Oh, come on. Look at Brad. Look good. There you go.
This is a little big one.
she? She got in there, didn't
I
she?
told that girl.
My eyes. Like my sunglasses on my eyes.
It's okay, Jay. We're gonna go in just a minute. As soon as Mom's done.
Those are top flamingos. Can you say flamingo?
Exclamation point.
Let me get in front of you, please. Jamie, would you stop?
It's gonna scare you, baby.
I don't like
I don't know how to say it, Brett. Tap her?
I guess.
Mama, I know it. It's hippopotamus.
Look how little they are, Jamie.
I bet I would take some of those in my nest.
Look, guys, look at Daddy.
What she's doing, she's going to take a picture.
Okay, come on.
Come here, Dilly.
I don't have the other one.
Oh, no, she's right there. Come on, Jay.
Jamie, we're not by Shere Khan.
What's supposed to be in here?
The hippos will probably be able to see him by that wall down there. Let's go down to that.
Look at the hippo, though.
Look, right there. His face. You can see
He's up here on top of the water.
I can't see him.
Well, we're gonna walk right up to him. Dilly. Yeah, we're gonna walk right up to him.
Did you read that up there? You're working on it.
Cool, Ryan, come here. See me. Yeah, I can see him. It doesn't sound loud.
No, it'll reflect right off the glass.
There's 3 of them, right, Daddy?
Like 2. Watch your hand, Jamie.
Put your hand down. Tim?
I did other types
See,
like
wait,
that.
Let's go.
we'll be able to see better.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. Those are made out of sand.
I'll take with her next.
Don't you think?
Yeah. Come here. Straight with it. Yeah, the gorillas. Yeah, we might have to go back up to Tiger River.
No, we can't play in the sand, but let's walk through it. See, on the road. Stay on the road. Come over here.